Oh,
Oh,
hello there.
hello.
How's it going?
Good. So, today we're going to tell you about Math King and Banana Wizard.
A story, alas,
A story.
of their adventures,
Of their adventures in Math World.
A math world, a
Math
place
world.
that is very inhospitable and just terribly vile, and
Hot
nobody,
days, cold nights.
nobody wants to be there.
Cleveland,
ever.
Ohio, bad. And
I believe worse.
probably. Math World is awful because it has two suns. And each day, both suns beat down on Math World. It's a very hot and dry place.
And each day is
65
hours
long.
Yes.
It's a very long
yes,
time.
and the moons. There's only 3 of them.
There's 3 moons.
And the nights are only
10 minutes
10
long.
minutes.
10-minute respite from the day. It's awful. So,
horrid.
Math King and Banana Wizard spend their time...
2 valiant heroes that
valiant heroes.
live there, and some other lesser creatures as well.
That's right.
But the worst of them all are the math problems. They're not like the math problems you know in your world.
No, they're much
worse. They're actually disgusting, vile monsters that are just have like the math problem on their.
You all may think you know trigonometry, but this is what it really is.
Yeah.
That's a trigonometron. The
tentacles.
They're awful.
Disgusting.
Yes, they're horrible.
Horrid.
They're
and
horrible.
you if you see it ever, you'll just throw up
That's right. It's awful.
in your mouth.
You'll know. So, what happens is
Brave heroes.
Math King
Math King.
and Banana Wizard fight them, and that's
That's their
Banana
duty.
Wizard.
Yes.
And their job, their sole purpose is to protect, our
them.
world.
Because you see, our world and Math World have a
They're parallel realms.
parallel
you
realms.
might
They have
say.
a thin bond between the two of them, and what goes on
in Math World affects our own world.
Yes. And if there is a math problem, Math King and Banana Wizard have to defeat it before it can seep into our world.
Come
and then,
over to us.
And then when its essence, after it's been destroyed, comes to our world, it can just be simply seen as numbers and variables
and numbers
on paper or
regular old
anything
math
else.
problem.
Yes, the
So,
ones that you're accustomed to computing, but in Banana Wizard and Math King's case, they have to actually physically fight them with knowledge and weapons.
That's
and
right.
It's hard.
And so one day they were tasked with fighting
The
Limitron.
vile Lord Limitron.
Lord Limitron. He's awful.
Was just the worst of the worst, just a not good guy at all.
He's a robot of sorts. Only he's
Yes.
worse because he's bad.
He's double bad.
That's right. So Lord Limitron sent his evil Trigonian minions to attack Math King and Banana Wizard with an evil plot that they had devised.
A scatter plot, no,
Scatter plot.
nonetheless. Yes.
The worst of all.
Yes.
And they were separated. Math King and Banana Wizard became separated while dealing with the scatter plot.
In the hordes of Trigonians they had to
Trigonians,
fight
that's right.
at the gates of Lord Limitron's castle,
Which allowed Lord Limitron
to strategically attack Banana Wizard.
punched him right in the face.
Yes, while Math King was not looking.
That's right.
Banana Wizard was sliced.
bruises
with the
easily.
punch. Yeah, he
Just
bruised
hit.
easily,
He
and
punched me
the,
right.
The
Punched
supple,
him in the face.
the supple skin of the banana was torn to shreds
Torn to pieces.
as Lord Limitron's fist penetrated it with his mighty steel fist.
Mm-hmm. So it was
Math
up to
King
up to Math King.
Math King could not help Banana Wizard at the time.
No.
It was horrible.
Too dangerous.
Too freaking dangerous.
So he had to fight Lord Limitron.
And there was no time
himself.
because they were separated.
That's right.
He had to fight Lord Limitron himself,
On his own.
but he couldn't do it right away. He didn't know how to because the Lord Limitron, he had an equation on his chest, and that is how you defeat math in Math World. And his limit was limit of x approaches 0 of 8x cubed plus 3x squared plus 9x over 7x, and that was a pretty tough one because if you try to compute it, if you try to plug in zero into the x's values, you get
undefined.
You get zero over zero. You just can't do that. That just makes no sense.
Mathematically doesn't work. You can't have 0 over anything, or anything over 0, I should say. So
terrible.
The Math King was stuck.
Math King was stuck. He didn't know what to do. He was at a loss. He spent many hours studying this topic, and he couldn't find anything with his trusted friends, Wikipediacus and other resources.
And Britannicus. Wikipedius and
What?
Britannicus.
Britannicus was lost in the war of
Oh,
many years ago,
that's
and
right.
no one cares about
rest,
him because
rest his soul. My hat's
he's-
off to Britannicus.
he's
No
old.
longer in print.
He's
So he got help.
He got help.
From a visitor.
Some visitor approached him in the dark of night. He was approached by a nobleman named Sir L'Hôpital. Sir L'Hôpital always wore a fedora and was very fashionable with all his clothing, and he helped Math King with some of his harder endeavors.
That's right. You
How
see,
how would Math King approach this problem, L'Hôpital? Do you have a way of how to do this, how to handle this problem?
yes, I follow a very simple rule, Math King. I call it L'Hôpital's rule. I'm an egotist. I like my
Mhm.
name on things. It's very simple. To solve a limit, you simply find the derivative of the numerator
Oh.
and the derivative of the denominator.
Oh.
And so you have the limit of that derivative over the derivative,
Oh my.
and you then see if you can plug in that 0. And if you still get undefined, you take the derivative again of the numerator and the denominator until you get some number over some number.
Huh.
So
That is a very clever approach
Thank
to
you.
handling this vile, evil problem.
I think
Now
it'll
get out of my
stop.
house.
Oh. Thanks for the food.
As you took my food. As you can see, Math King had to solve this problem by taking the derivative of the numerator and the derivative of the denominator and dividing them as they were in the problem. So the derivative of 8x cubed plus 3x squared plus 9x over 7x is
Well,
24x squared plus 6x plus 9 over 7x.
it's just 7.
7.
The derivative of the bottom, that's 7x, is just...
It's just 7.
7.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
It's okay.
And if you plug in 0 into that sort of thing,
What do you get?
you get 9 over 7. Such a simple number. How could
9
Math
over
King
7.
not have computed that
Couldn't see
by
it.
himself? It was a shame. But now that he knew how to defeat Lord Limitron, he stormed his castle, kicked him in the face with his hands, fist, and
Fist kick.
defeated him. Yes, his punches are as strong as his kicks.
And
very-
then,
Very tough.
as Lord Limitron,
As Limitron
died,
just collapsed to the ground and
collapsed to the
shattered
ground,
into
broke
pieces, Math King was able to capture his essence with his mighty hands of power and just
Of
grabbed
justice.
it of justice. He grabbed up his essence and just tossed it on Banana Wizard.
That's right.
Banana Wizard's absorptive properties allowed him to
Come back to life.
gather all the life essence collected from Lord Limitron, and it was able to revive
Revive him.
Banana Wizard.
And
And he was still low on his levels of potassium. He would need to replenish them in the future, but he'll live.
so, once again, the day was saved, thanks to
Math
Math
King
King
and Banana Wizard Man.
Man.
Yes, and back on Earth, in our world, this limit had to go and be distributed amongst the
People.
students,
The students.
or warriors, as we like to call them.
Yes.
Because they are the true warriors. They have to fight the math problems.
And
in
their
school.
their commanders, or
They're guardians.
Teachers.
Teachers. They're the guardians that control the portal between the bad world, math world, and the good world, which is this world.
two
Very
main
brave.
guardians, two very brave men, are Michael Egan, the Destroyer,
And Michael Lakitis.
the barbarian.
The barbarian champion. Yes.
Yes.
They are the ones that fight math on our side
We
of the world.
salute you, Destroyer and Barbarian Champion.
Keep up the great work,
Keep
champs.
up the great job.
Math.